Hi guys, so today we're going to be talking about making a schedule. You're going to learn how to make your own daily schedule. So what are some reasons that you think people keep a schedule in the first place? Yeah, to be on time for things, to set appointment, dates, times. What are some other reasons? Yeah, just to know your daily routine, what you're going to be doing for that day. Those are all good answers. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make a class schedule together. And that way you'll see how it's done from when you make your own. When you make your own, you're going to get to decorate it and put in your own activities that you do every day. So the first thing that you're going to do is put a title. So my schedule is going to be called Michelle's Schedule. So you're going to put your title up at the top. So what are some things that you think belong on a schedule? Yeah, the time, the activity you're doing, things like that. So the time that it begins, the time that it ends. So what we're going to do is on this left hand side of the chart, we're going to put the time that our activity is going to start and the time that it will finish. What we're going to do in this middle area is put pictures. You're going to have a visual to go along with every activity that you put on your schedule. This way, you can see the picture and you know exactly what your activity is based on the image that you choose. Then in this third area here, you're going to put the activity name. So whatever the activity is, you're going to put the name here. So the first thing you're going to do is label your time column. So you're just going to label that time. And the next thing you're going to do is label your activity column. So for this demonstration, our first mock time is the same time that school starts. So that's going to be 7:05 to 8:35. So my first activity is going to be reading. So that's the activity name for my first time slot on my schedule is reading. Now you're going to choose a picture that best fits with reading. So of these two pictures, which one do you think will best illustrate reading? Is it the fish or the book? That's right, it's the book. Now would you like to come and stick it up here since you got it right? So as you can see, our columns are now starting to fill out. This is pretty much how the rest of them are going to go. Time, visual, and activity. So our next time slot is 8:40 to 10:10. Now do you see how my schedule is going in a sequencing of events? Meaning we're starting with our first activity in the day and then we're moving to our next activity and all the activities that follow in order. The schedule doesn't jump around from the first thing to the last thing to the middle thing. It goes in order. So from 8:40 to 10:10 is going to be math. Now, which picture do you think best illustrates math? Is it the math symbols or is it the boat? Yes, that's right. It's the math symbols. Now, since you got it right, would you like to come up here and put it up on the board? So next, since we have our last activity from 8:40 to 10:10, could our next activity start at 9 o'clock? That's right. No, it could not start at 9 o'clock because this second activity starts at 8:40 and it doesn't end until 10:10. Now, could our next activity start at 10:30? Yeah, it could start at 10:30 because this activity ends at 10:10. So our next activity actually starts at 10:15. It goes from 10:15 to 10:45. So we're going to put our next time up there. And also the activity that we're going to be doing at 10:15. So that activity from 10:15 to 10:45, which is how long? How long of a time is 10:15 to 10:45? Yes, that's right. It's 30 minutes. So that time slot is going to be lunch. Our next activity after math is lunch. Now, to best represent lunch, should we use this picture or this picture? This is a picture of trees. This is a picture of food. We have a sandwich, an apple, and a drink. Which picture do you think would best represent lunch? That's right, the food picture. Now, would you like to come stick it up here since you got it right? So far we have a schedule that starts at 7:05 and ends at 10:45. There are 3 events on our schedule so far: reading, math, and lunch. So, since this activity ends at 10:45, that means that our next activity cannot start until after 10:45. And it actually starts at 10:50 to 12:20. And this activity is going to be science. So from 10:50 to 12:20, we're going to be doing science. Now we have to choose the visual that goes best with science. Here I have a picture of an apple, or a picture of a beaker, a measuring cylinder, and goggles. So which one do you think is suited best with science? Is it the apple? Or is it the beaker with the measuring cylinder and the goggles? That's right, it's the beaker. So, since you got it right, would you like to come put it up here on the board? So now our schedule tells us that we have 4 activities to do. And we can even see our activities we can even know what our activities are without the words, because we also have the visual. So, the last activity is going to start at 12:25 and end at 1:55. And 1:55 is when school is over. So our very last activity is going to be art. So, right now, what time does our schedule start in the beginning? From looking at the schedule as it is, how do you know what time your schedule first begins? Yes, that's right. Our first activity on our schedule starts at 7:05. And we know this because of what? Yes, because the time of our first activity is 7:05. That's how we know that that is the time that this activity begins. Now, looking at our schedule, what is the second activity that we're gonna do on this day? Yeah, that's right. It's math. And we know this because we can look at our activity column, go 1, 2 down, and see that math is the second activity of the day. So, for our last activity here, we're going to pick a visual to go with it. And which of these visuals do you think is best suited to go with art? Is it the boat? Or is it the painting, the paint mat and the canvas, where you can put your paint colors in the canvas? Or is it the boat? That's right. The picture that is best suited to go with the word art is the canvas and the paint. Now, from looking at the chart, can you tell me if my statement is true or false? The last activity that I have planned for today is science. Is my statement true or false? That's true. I mean, yes, you're right. That's not true because science is the third activity that I have on my schedule for the day. It is not the last activity because art is the last activity that I have on my schedule. So, in conclusion, we keep a schedule to keep ourselves on time, to know what time an event finishes, also to know the list of activities we have for that day, And just, it's a good way to check things off that you've done for that day. Once once I've gotten to 10:45, I know that I can check off that I've done reading, math, and eaten lunch for this day. And now you guys are going to make your own daily schedule. You're going to get to decorate it. You're going to put the time frame. You're going to put a visual. And you're going to put the activity name. And that's it.